Hi guys, it's Minx here. Hope you're doing well. This is going to be a new series on the channel. It's going to be a series where I tell you stories from my life. I've got quite a lot of them, and you have to determine whether I am telling the truth or telling a lie. And you'll be able to post in the comments whether you think it's a truth or a lie. And in the next video on the series, I will reveal what the correct answer is, and hopefully roughly how many of you voted each way, because I'm curious to see what you guys are going to vote for the stories. I'm pretty old, if you guys didn't know. I'm 31 years old, nearly 32, and as a result, I think I've got a reasonable amount of experience under my belt in life, and some genuinely crazy things have happened to me, and I'm also pretty good at making up some pretty crazy things as well. So I hope this video is something you begin to enjoy, and take this as a bit of an experiment to see what you guys overall think of this format. Anyway, here's the story. Let's begin, shall we? Around the time I was about 15 years old, I used to regularly go and attend a gym. It's probably one of the only times in my life I've vaguely been in shape, when I was like 15 to 16 years old. And I used to go to the gym every day. I used to finish school and head down to the gym, or I'd I don't know, hang around all day playing games and then go down the gym, or whatever, you know. Whatever I was doing, I'd try and make time and go to the gym, and it was something I would do on a semi-regular basis. And I would always take a long walk home from the gym. Like, where I lived and where the gym was itself was, I would say, an extra 45-minute walk. And I was always looking for ways of trimming that time down and trying to find shortcuts across the town I lived in to get to home as fast as possible. I regularly started walking through what was I wouldn't say an abandoned railway line, but there were tracks there that had been used a long time ago for mining, so it was never a big proper railway line, but it was just literally for transporting stuff from a mine, and it would be moved up and down the tracks. And I used to walk alongside these tracks, going through some fields and things that would cut across to where I lived from the gym. It was still quite a trek, but it would, it would shave a good 20-25 minutes of my time if I took this route through the abandoned sort of railway line and the fields surrounding it. And usually I wouldn't see a soul. I mean, I never really saw anyone most of the time when I was walking that route. Maybe a few other people my age would wander past me and stuff, but in general, didn't really see many people. Occasionally, someone walking their dog perhaps too, but that was really about it. And one day, when I was walking this route, it was pretty late. I would say it was about 9 or 10 at night, so it was getting on a bit, and I was actually... I'd been at the gym later than normal, and I was like, okay, I need to get home now. It's getting pretty grim. So it's getting pretty dark, it's getting pretty bum. So I'm walking down these abandoned railway tracks, and I hear a bike bell, a bling bling, like one of those shitty ones you get attached to the handlebars of bikes, or at least you did then, I don't really know, because I haven't ridden a bike in a long time. And I heard this, I was like, oh, someone's coming along the tracks or whatever, and I vaguely up ahead see a bike making its way towards me with someone on the bike. They were wearing an old sort of flat cap. That's a very British thing, I would say, an old flat cap, and they generally look like an old person on a bike, as best as I could tell. And this person kind of came up to me on the bike, and as they were coming up, I stopped and looked up at them. It was in the summer, so it wasn't super dark, and there was still a little bit of half light left. And I looked up, and I could see what looked to me, something that really, really shocked me, was their face looked completely hollow. They had just black sockets for eyes. They had no nose at all, just a black hole. And where their mouth was just a pitch black depth. And I was genuinely freaked out. And I ran as fast as I fucking could away from this person in the opposite direction. I remember looking back over my shoulder and seeing the just motionless where it was. It didn't pursue me or anything like that. I just fucking ran, absolutely fucking bolted. I'm not really sure if I screamed or not. I just took a panicked run as fast as I could. Now, I am a skeptic when it comes to supernatural stuff. I often look back at that scene and think, well, maybe they had something wrong with their face, maybe it was to do with the bad light, that kind of thing. But it certainly stood out. It certainly stood out as a really, really disturbing thing. And I guess if I was someone who really did believe in ghosts, I'd probably say, that could potentially have been a ghost. But that's not where the story ends, and perhaps this adds a bit more fuel to the idea that it could have been something supernatural. So, another thing you might not know about me is I played music a lot when I was younger, especially around that age. Up until when I was about 19 years old, I would say. I used to play musical instruments. I used to play trombone and piano and a bit of saxophone and stuff like that, and I was pretty good at it. And around the same time, I would say about a week after this experience had happened, I was coming back from some music practice I'd had with some friends at the time, and I was walking from there, which was like a studio that was part of like a college in the school, in the community area basically. And I was walking to my grandparents' house, who lived nearby, to have some food with them and and relax a bit before I started walking the longer walk home. And I was heading back to their house, and again, it was like that sort of. It wasn't super late, but like it was still darkness was setting in around the similar sort of time, and I was walking down the hill towards my grandparents' house, and they had this long sort of windy road going down a hill, and their house was right at the bottom of the hill, and there were various side roads coming off this hill as I walked down. As I walked down the hill, I remember looking up to my left as I was walking down the hill, and I saw what very much appeared to be the same figure from before. I must admit at the time it probably had been quite prevalent in my mind, so you never know, maybe my mind was playing tricks on me, but at the time it looked like the same figure standing bolt upright by a lamppost, like underneath a lamppost with the light shining down on them, and the same flat cap, the same sort of like shadow over the face, shall we say. And this figure turned and looked at me, and I shat a brick again. I was very much closer to home, or my grandparents' house, than I had been previously, and I sprinted down the hill, full fucking power, and hammered on their door. And then I got my granddad was there, and I got his attention. I was like, please, just make sure like this person is there. I think I'm being followed by someone. I was properly freaking out. So my granddad came up with me and looked. There was no one there. Nothing, no sign of anyone. No one appeared to be in the immediate vicinity. I mean, they'd had to have gone up the hill, and really, unless they got into a house, they should have been visible going up the hill if they'd retreated that way. So, yeah. After that time, I never really did see anything of this this figure before. Figure again, sorry. But it was certainly a very disturbing thing and a very freaky thing at the time. One of the few times in my life I'd say that something perhaps potentially supernatural did happen to me, and it's very hard to nail down what really was going on in that situation or not. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little story. You need to vote now in the comments whether you think it's a truth or a lie. Was that something that actually happened to me? Was I recanting some actual events that occurred in my lifetime? I'd really like to know. I'm sorry I didn't script this. I tried to do it like a bit ad hoc. A lot of you say when I script things don't tend to flow as well, and this was all improvisation off the top of my head, as it were. So I hope you guys enjoyed the structure, and I'm sure there can be some ways I can go to improve it. If you have any suggestions on ways I can improve the structure of these videos, please let me know in the comment section below. And the next video will be posted probably in a few days, and I'll let you guys know whether that was the truth or whether it was a lie. If you enjoy my content, you can support me on GameWisp. That's gamewisp.com/minx, or just hit the support me link in the description. It's like Patreon. There's lots of cool rewards on offer. You should check them out if you enjoy my content, because it really keeps this channel ticking. Otherwise, I'll see you guys really soon, and I hope you have a really great fucking day. Because back then, I definitely didn't. See ya!